see in the fires of hope and prayer. With boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
When give up at all, no. Don't you give up. No, no, no. Do not give up. Friends will smile and talk with you, yet stab you in the back. They will do anything to get you off your track. Yeah. You must fight, 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 fight. Fight with all your might to stand up to your trials, regardless of the strain. Sometimes there will be darkness, but light will shine again. Cause the journey now starts. The journey it now starts. The journey now starts. The journey it now starts. Sonny, do not give up. Don't ever. You were put here to survive. You are in charge of your life. Yeah. Never look back, look ahead. Yeah. Never sit tight till you're dead. Children. Yeah. The journey. I said to travel on. I said to travel on. I said to travel on. Travel on. In all life, son, there'll be ups and downs. Yeah. Yourself, you weather every storm. Life is what you make of it. So just get up and do. Reach out for your dreams and make them all come through. Yeah. Life, 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 life. Life's no easy game. See yourself as a winner. Be not afraid to try. You will learn from your mistakes. Keep reaching to the sky. The journey now starts. The journey it now starts. The journey now starts. The journey it now starts. Sonny, do not give up. Don't ever. You put your head to some
Morning Vibe, fresh energy. This is the NETT Radio Breakfast Show.
Never look back, look ahead. Never sit tight till you're dead. Right. The journey now starts. The journey it now starts. The journey now starts. The journey it now starts.
Well, I can safely say that. Yeah, the journey, it has now started as we enter into a brand new day. And of course, starting out in fine, fine style. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Neighbors in the Caribbean, how are they doing? Friends and family all around the globe. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you very much for sharing NETT Radio and beyond. So much. Thank you, God. Let it be on to you. People, I'm yours truly, Sir Charles. Happy am I to be checking into space with you this morning. It's a good looking Wednesday morning. As we welcome everybody to the Get Up and Go. Thanks for being here. This is your breakfast show.
Get up, get up. It's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Oh, good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast
day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
Woohoo! Yeah, it's someday. Yeah, it's another beautiful day, gorgeous day actually, on the outside. Be here with you, and trusting that you're getting a really good this morning. And my co-host to Richard, join us in between the hour, and of course Wendell. Wendell, good morning to you.
Morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Richard. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Sorry, and good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. I don't know if it's my internet or your internet. It's kind of giving a little trouble just now. It might be mine, But we're here. We're happy to be in the land of the living. Let me see if I have birthdays today. I'm sure I do. Let me find them for you. Hold on. Birthdays today. Right. Kareem Lewis celebrating his birthday today. Ian McKenzie, that's Ian from what was his band name? I can't remember. Morning, Ian.
Genesis, but yeah. Ian,
so Ian, are you hearing yourself? Are you buffering?
No, so far I think I'm all right.
Okay. Leah Gordon, today is her birthday. Donald Simon, Brian Morris. It would have been our good friend, especially yours, because he would have worked with you in the mid-morning. It would have been Clifford Learmont's birthday today. Who else do I have?
Memory for Clifford today.
Yeah. Who else do I have? That's it. Today is July 29th, 2026. We are already in the second half of the year, and the month has gone. This month has gone by very fast, So special morning to you all the folks that who normally greet us here in the morning. Have an absolutely fantastic day. Today from a remote of Port of Spain, the road was wet. I don't know when the rain fell. It must have fallen sometime. But the weather looks pretty good now,
as you mentioned, somebody
you are breaking up, aren't you, Charles? I don't know if anybody else is getting Charles clearly, but every now and then he's breaking up on my end.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely have an issue on your end, Sir. I feel somebody's trying to sabotage your show, These problems can't be just happening just all of a sudden. Whoever you are, leave us alone, please. If you're listening. Oh, God, I have to laugh. So, Charles, are you there?
Yeah, I am here. I'm double checking to make sure everything is okay.
But somebody actually did say you're breaking up. They're hearing you breaking up. So I don't know if they're on YouTube, if they're on Facebook, or if they're on Gael. But you are breaking up every now and then.
All right. Well, as we try to work through that situation, as we get. But here at times, right?
Yeah, sometimes you're just missing. Words are missing from what you say. Somebody said they're hearing you well on TuneIn, but clearly some people are not hearing you well.
Yeah, I think it's more the platform that the YouTube situation. Like on the normal stream, it's coming through pretty well areas. So, but that stream that takes us to feed YouTube, that is what we've been having some problems with for a little bit.
Yeah, I think it definitely is the platform issue. because you are every now and then, how I should put it, missing words. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, I mean, what do we have in store for you all today? An interesting program. Well, these issues that are being discussed will not go away anytime soon. I listened attentively to the press conference held by the attorney for Ms. Sabga and the Hadids, Faris Alwari, former Attorney General. He was very measured in terms of what he put across, and of course he pointed out because it was alleged or intimated that the leak of the audio tape may have come from the defense side of it as opposed to the state side. If you remember, when Minister of Homeland Security was interviewed, he did say that, seeing that it was now in the hands of other people, that it could have come from them. Well, Faris Alwari cleared that up yesterday, in that what the defense was provided with was 13 clips from the state, total in about 2 minutes. In other words, just short clips of maybe the words "bullet to the head," MP at a get killed. Maybe that is what the state provided the defense with. So Faris Alwari said what they got was about 13 clips, totaling not more than 2 minutes. Right. But the whole tape was 15 minutes long, as we all heard, 14 point something, right? Almost 15 minutes long. So he said it couldn't possibly have come from them. So it had to come from someone who had the entire 15-minute long tape. You understand? Sunshine newspaper, I think, was the first person to put it out there. Maybe they could ask Sunshine where they got it from. I'm sure Jack Warner will be willing to tell them. You understand? Where they actually got that tape from. So that dismisses that part. But it was an interesting conversation, listening to Faris Alwari yesterday in terms of the state. I just think the state has no questions, has no case. That's my opinion. They have no case in this matter. None. Absolutely none. And I don't know why Ms. Sabga is even on house arrest. It makes no sense.
Yeah. So you're saying that the breaking of the clip originally came from the Sunshine?
No, the breaking up of the clip came from the state. The state provided the defense with 13 audio clips, not more than 2 minutes long. That's what Faris Alwari said yesterday. So it was just like the little pointed parts of the entire 15-minute here. What he did confirm is that all what they got formed part of that 15-minute audio clip. You understand? So, I mean, people could judge for themselves what that's supposed to mean.
The whole situation just getting more and more.
Yeah, it's just murky and murky and murky. And now we've been told by no less a person than the Prime Minister that the matter is being investigated beyond the courts here by authorities abroad. That and all don't make no sense. If the courts here, and that's where I agree with Dr. Rowley. I'd probably read some of his comments this morning. That's why if the courts here having a problem with your matter, Minister of Homeland Security, if the courts here having a problem, you really expect the courts abroad to change that drastically to your benefit? The courts here having a problem believing what they're hearing and what you're saying. I don't know that any court, if you hoping that a court outside or that some investigators outside come up with a different view on this, well, then I wish you all the best.
Yeah, well, we don't have just backing down. I got
So Charles, it's difficult listening. I can't hear a word you say. I can't understand a word you say. I can't follow what you're saying at all because it gets very bad sometimes, like just now. Yeah. So, where's Richard? Is Richard around?
So far, no, he's not. All right. Well, let's
He's on the platform. He's there. Unless you are on twice.
No, I'm not seeing Richard.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not there as yet. But let's do good news and come back.
Yeah, sure.
People ask me sometimes, what's your biggest fear? I don't think about fear too much, to be honest. But if I had to say one thing, it would probably be not reaching my full potential. That's something I think about. I'm not really afraid of missing chances. Every striker misses chances. That's football. The important thing is you keep going. You keep asking for the ball. You keep believing the next chance will come. People talk about pressure a lot. Playing in big stadiums, millions watching. Of course you feel it a little bit. But after the whistle, it's just football. You focus on your job and nothing else. For me, the biggest challenge is improving every season. I always think I can become a better player. If I stop learning or stop working hard, that's probably what I'd worry about the most. At the end of the day, football doesn't last forever. So while I'm here, I just want to enjoy every match, help my team win, and become the best version of myself. That's what really matters to me.
Yeah, be the best version of yourself.
Yeah, quite a number of excellent good news and did you know these days, such as messages that really could be replayed over and over and over again. You know, so important to everybody to just rock back and check yourself.
Try and be the best that you can be. You know, and it really gives you something to work at. Because I think within everybody, regardless of what they may be going through, everybody really wants to be the best person that they can be. Yeah? You know, so.
No, I don't. I believe that, not such as.
You're believing that some people want to be.
Some people have set out to be the worst person they could be. I'm certain about that. Especially when you read, when you follow some of these topics and so on, you wonder. That can't be when I watch, people clearly using different names and all kind of things to just create mistake. But there are people who are setting out to be the worst people that they can be. When people interfere with children, say Charles, when people traffic children and do children, molest children, you can't possibly be setting out to be the best person you can be. When you want to kill somebody because you don't like where they're from or you don't like what they look like, or you can't possibly be setting out to be the best person you want to be. Right? When you're using people and abusing people and so on, you can't possibly be setting out to be the best person you want to be. I'm sorry. There are people who are determined to be the worst person that they can. That I'm certain about. And it's getting, how I should put it, it's contagious now. It's contagious now. Everybody wants to get back at somebody. And that is what this whole thing is about, you know. The government can't convince me otherwise, you know. This is about getting back at people that you felt were against you. That is what this is about. I'm sorry, I can't see it any other way. This can't be good for the country. You can't be serious about improving our country, right? And moving our country forward. If you say, let's narrow it down to the last 10 years or so. If you say that the PNM make a mess of this place, they were corrupt, they were malicious. They were all. If you say that and you intend to change this place, you can't be serious about changing the place by the actions you're taking now. We can't be serious. Okay? So if the people who gave you this overwhelming majority believed that the PNM was the absolute worst thing for this country, what are you doing now? How are you improving that? How are you showing people that this is for the good? No, can't believe that.
All right, well, let's greet some people in the chat. I haven't seen Richard as yet, so yeah.
Let's go ahead now. Yeah. Kenny in Harlem came in last night at 11:47. Says good morning. Margaret Thomas, Suzanne Jessup, and that's Suzanne, Suzette, Corinne, Mrs. Gemma, Maria S, and Maria H. Don't forget, Suzanne is alerting us for the early bird tickets for the Cooler Cruise. Odell guy out there in Sangre Grande. Sangre Grande must have had a lot of rain last night. Robert Allen, happy hump day. Maria Cellier also greeting the group. Trinman says, hump carefully, everyone. You sure right? Anybody else rode a camel? I had the most uncomfortable feeling of riding a camel. So if all you think humping comfortable, it ain't comfortable. I rode a camel. And somehow the other, the fella who carried us on a ride, well, who the guide, because he is walking whilst we are on the camel, right? He was just so happy to see black people. He decided he will give us extra. And brother man, when I come off that camel, I could have barely walk. Because the ground is undulating in some places, because you're walking in the desert, right? There's all by the mountains in Giza, right? And the ground sometimes rock hard. And these camels and them, every now and then, them like they want to do what they want. Do what them feel to do. And it was an uncomfortable ride. I mean, I enjoyed it because just to do the experience.
You get the experience.
But it's not a comfortable ide, riding on a humpy train, man. So you really say hump carefully, everyone. Anyway, good morning.
No shock absorbers.
It have nothing. That cushion, not cushion, but the piece of cloth they put on the camel back.
Yeah.
To sit on, that ain't helping at all. And if you get a camel like I got the biggest of all the camels. It's wide, your leg open wide, and it's hard. My God. Let me go ahead and talk with people there. Manuela Peters, Felix Kazo, Anthony Tinto, morning Tinto, how are you going? Diane Payne, manager, that's Norris Ferguson. Boy, be there, boy, I see all it. You and the family in the seawater in Tobago, man. It looks so good there. Nothing like family. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your birthday, man. Empress Reyes Lal, Mrs. R, happy hump day all. That's from Empress. Pamela O'Connor, Apollina's, Marlon Motley out there in North Valsayn. Old lady, Father God, as we face another day, I pray for our nation. Robert Taylor, good morning, guys. Kurt Hope out there in Nashville, Tennessee. Debbie Modest, morning, Richard.
Morning, guys. Morning, Wanda. Morning, Sir Charles. Morning to all listeners and viewers in whatever time zone. Right. Sorry to be a little late this morning.
Hi, Richard.
Right, man.
I cannot. Well, anyway, when you reach to Nadia Stephen, I'll continue.
All right. Nicola McNichols, Ingrid from Tucson, Arizona. Arlene Lewis, Ian Stewart says hump day is here. Rena Jennings also saying it's hump day. Ava Smith, bless rising. Hill Benj, that's Hillary Benjamin, good morning. Wendell Richard and Sir Charles. Nadia Stephen, good morning, guys, and all locked on. Anne Noel, blessings from Oshawa, Ontario. And Canada have the Caribana coming up this weekend, I think. Hillary says, Sir Charles, I tried calling yesterday but didn't get through. I will call you this morning. All right, Beauty Culture, good morning. Kathy Ann Charles also sent special morning to Arlene and Stephen. Gavin Frank, Pamela Grimshaw. Today is her birthday. God's richest blessings to me on my 80th birthday today.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, that's a big happy birthday to you, Miss Grimshaw. I feel like I have to call you Auntie Grimshaw because at meeting,
Granny Grim.
I can't just be calling you Pamela.
Not at all, eh?
Miss
What I got happy
Grimshaw.
birthday, Miss Grimshaw. I hope your loved ones treat you absolutely special today.
Happy birthday. It is a milestone to celebrate.
For sure.
And celebrate, in a fantastic way. So if your family or friends didn't know that before, they know now because we just say so.
Well done. I don't know what part of the country you're in, Miss Grimshaw, but have an absolutely fantastic time wherever you are. Wayne Ramsey out there in Fort Lauderdale, beauty culture, Sir Charles sounding like a stretch tape at times. Yeah, he was. Prava Ramdial, good morning. Alistair Hart. These are people who are confirming that you were breaking up, Sir Charles. Merle McCormick, good morning. People have a great day. Beauty Cultures on YouTube. David Wares, excellent on TuneIn, but there is some internet issues on YouTube. All right. Thanks for that, David. Ingrid from Tucson, I remember Cliff Lemon from the afternoon show. Yeah, he was a riot sometimes, eh? And that car he had. Every time you walk outside, Cliff under the bonnet. It's something with that car. Sankofa says, divine greetings. Wendy and James, yes, West Indies won the inaugural test match yesterday at Taruba, people. In case you don't know, a test match was played for the first time at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Taruba and between West Indies and Pakistan. And West Indies came from behind, I have to say, and won that test match beautifully yesterday within 4 days. So congratulations to the West Indies cricket team. All right, the next match is Sunday at the Oval. Thanks, Wendy. Alistair Hart, Wendell, there's a person who works. Okay. All right. I didn't know that. Yesterday I got a message from someone, and I don't know if the person is listening. I don't know if the person knows me from this show, but I got a message from someone who's not in my contact list. And I saw, hi, Wendell, so-and-so. This is so-and-so from the office of the Prime Minister. Well, I pull up. When I see office of the Prime Minister, I say, oh, Lord, what trouble I know? But it so happens the person was asking for some information relative to, because I was in local government. So the person who messaged me yesterday, if you know me from this program, thanks. And I hope you got through with the information I provided, right? Because I don't know you otherwise. Melchizedek, good morning, guys. Red Fire, peace to the gods. Robert Allen, happy birthday to you, Miss Grimshaw. Carlisle Cupid, blessings. Meb Boss Lady, good morning to everyone. Michelle Phillip, good morning, guys. It's hump day. Michelle Gill, the birds beating me to the mangoes. And then when I traveled recently, I come back and meet all the mangoes on the ground. The ones that are ripe, on the ground. So sorry, you can't get no mangoes now. Manuela Peters, Charles breaking up, Slick Money Grip, good morning. Ian Stewart, Richard missing in action, he's here. Carla Hercules, Melchizedek, Michael Robinson from Yokohama, Japan. Carlisle Cupid says Infantino must go while allow venture capitalists like the Kirshner brothers profiteer on the buck. Well, I saw that article that showed you FIFA made about a $5 billion profit on this World Cup alone. $5 billion profit. Johnson Noel, blessed morning, guys. Really enjoyed the informed discussion. Florence Bazi, morning, King and Chatters. Joyce Phillip, Deborah Noel Surrett, the three best hosts on radio. Matura YC, good morning to the number ones. Ila Rizan, Nazir Ali, Scorpion Pepper, good morning. Black Leo, Susie B, Pamela is saying thank you. Just so Joram Calawan. Good morning, guys. You all want things to change in 1 year after 9 years of mismanagement. Well, there's not so much change in 1 year, just so Joram. But we want to see that an effort is being made, not what is happening now. Even you, as a rabid supporter of the UNC, can't be pleased with all that's happening. Just so come on. Scorpion Pepper's question: are the PDOs used by this government the same PDOs used by the last government? The last government, you didn't hear much about PDOs when the PNM had their 3-month state of emergency? Maybe they did.
Yeah. But PDOs are a feature of the state of emergency and the regulations, etc. So you can use preventative detention orders. But the constitutional integrity of those PDOs, I suppose the courts already are the ones who are going to have to adjudicate on that. So like that 2011 decision, which I have said repeatedly, that was just here before the Privy Council. And even this, and the case may make its way straight up to the Privy Council too, in terms of the constitutional parameters of those PDOs and where are the lines drawn. And I think that's an important clarity for the country, because even fundamentally, I think both governments were wrong, the PNM and the UNC, in utilizing the state of emergency to fight crime. So both of them are wrong.
Very correct.
I don't think that either of them are correct. Both are wrong. I think from a legal point of view, in terms of an analysis of the Constitution, as I say, that's my opinion. But now I have Ramesh Lawrence Mirage backing me up, and that it's not envisioned. It's not envisioned to fight crime. So both were wrong. So the issue of PDOs now become even under more scrutiny because of how they've been used under this current SOE, and maybe rightfully so. So any government who feels to call a state of emergency in the future, it may not be UNC, it may not be PNM, maybe it's somebody else. Even though I think it's only PNM or UNC, would be so silly to think that you could use that to fight crime. But we'll see. But the constitutional parameters are important.
Yeah. All right, morning also to Sherma Paul. Those are the greetings on the chat. Ingrid is confirming she's a veteran listener. All right.
Right.
So Charles, you have any greetings?
Yes, we do. All right. So let me say good morning to Debbie out there in Mover. Also to Fifi in Addis, Baba, Rena Budu Jennings. Good morning. CJ in New York. Captain Ron, who's in Orlando. Zena and the Powder Puff Ladies. Good day to you. Colin and Kelly getting ready for emancipation, looking good in his clothes. Also to Miss St. Augustine, Archbishop Ashton Clark, good day to you. Peter Wilson, good morning. Frank out there in Aruka, Kent in Laventille. Also good morning to Foxy, Suzette and Susan. Good morning to everybody. Of course, we will go for a break and come back just to let you know, people, that is on. So when you go up to the Omowale village, that is the village out, don't forget to go and check out the Rod booth. And of course, they have essentials out there, body soaps and all different manners of things that can help you out. So go check out the Rodco booth at the Emancipation Village. They are there until August the 1st. All right, so stay with us 21 minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Flavor Entertainment Services, your one-stop premium entertainment service provider. We offer top-tier, best-in-class karaoke and DJ services for your private events, sports bars and lounge. Let us help make your birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, and corporate special events memorable and special. Call us now at 462-2029. We provide more than just music. We create memories that last.
All aboard!
Calling all you NETT Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us for NETT Radio. Halloween Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August. Boarding at 7 p.m. from Hardcuts, Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite NETT DJs. Sir Charles, CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early bird tickets are just $200. After $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Kure, Bats International in Arima, K Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall, and Eastgate Mall, and all NETT DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. NETT Radio, NETT Radio, Halloween, Hula Crew. Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Halloween, Halloween, on the sea.
All right, guys, let me just send out some goodbye greetings from Zena and, of course, also CJ, wishing Carol a speedy recovery, right? And get well greetings to you this morning, Carol, hoping that all is coming along well.
Most definitely.
I love clean.
All right, we go straight into the newspapers. Hello?
Richard, what is you playing with there?
No. A video clicked on because I zoomed across Facebook.
Okay.
I thought you have a camel in your office there.
A candle?
A camel.
A camel? Only use right camel on the show. You're the exclusive camel rider here.
Today is Wednesday, July the 29th. You see why sometimes I had to do this show? Because I wouldn't laugh, Otherwise, I wouldn't laugh. 13 minutes missing from tapes. That's the headline in today's Express. Paris says state provided lawyers for Hadid's and Sabga only part of audio, despite longer recording emerging in public. And I took note of someone, a new messenger, someone by the name of Stephen Grant, who said Stars is skewed in terms of what was provided, as the intel relates to inference and words to the effect and not her actual words. Ms. Faris Al-Rawi said something like that yesterday. They said words to the effect. They're playing smart with foolishness. Typical TTPS, I should say. So that's the main story, and there's a picture of Attorney Faris Al-Rawi. Miss World TNT finalists. There's a picture of the Miss World TNT finalists, and of course they list all the finalists, including Miss Maruga, Miss Gasparillo, Miss Marabella, Miss San Fernando, Miss Sawo. I didn't see no Miss Port of Spain. Port of Spain don't have anybody in the show? I seen a Miss Belmont. Okay, that fixes that. And a Miss Diego Martin. All right,
Miss Arimana there?
Miss Arima is Jordan Griffith. She is there. She look actually like the prettiest person there,
Well, that's not surprising.
True, eh? Not true. Arima has some really nice women. I have to see. Anyway, PSA pushes for back pay. CPO's office still considering counter proposal. And there's a picture of Felicia Thomas and the CPO, Dr. Daryl Dindial. So Felicia is saying this is the first unsettled settlement in history. Remember?
I love that. Unsettled settlement.
Yeah, the first unsettled settlement in history. Member of Defense Force named in PDO, and that is interesting. That is an interesting story because they list all the people who are under PDOs. And I'm wondering, what is the point of the intelligence that you gathered that would have led to the arrests of these people, and then you put them under PDOs? It's almost like if you're saying, put them under PDO because they will not get bail. They will not go through the normal court process. That's how it's coming across in Richard and Sir Charles. And Don't put them through the court system yet. Let them languish there in jail.
That's why the rulings on PDOs needs to be, pretty detailed on what a state can use it for and for how long.
Yeah. We only got 2 minutes of audio. State abandons bid to keep Sabga detained. Rowley calls for end to SOE. It's a fiasco. And this is an interesting read because Dr. Rowley really said a lot of what we said yesterday. I think he might have listened to our show yesterday, and then he put out a Facebook statement because he said a lot of what we said. Sex tourism still plagues Tobago. So the counter trafficking unit is there. They have apparently put up a big billboard. Buying sex ruins lives. Don't buy sex. It could cost you everything. And I know a lot of you need to listen to that message. Do not buy sex. It could cost you everything. In other words, don't get married. Don't be with anybody. God dismisses PCA pay cut.
But Wendell.
Yes.
It has some free sex that costs you everything too, eh?
Nothing is free, Sir Charles. That's what I was trying to. You didn't hear me comment about marriage.
There's always some cost.
There is always a cost. Richard, educate him.
He know that. I don't educate him at all.
There is always a cost. And some people just pay a lot more than that. Free charge in tragedy. That's the back page of today's Express. That's the murder. That's in the Barima accident. Delon Grandison, Rondell Roberts, and the boat captain who was in tears yesterday. I saw that video of him being let out of the court. He was in tears and he was basically blaming it on the boat. Former THA chief administrator dies. Penal driver in crash charged with DUI. Apparently somebody knocked on somebody and they've been charged. TNT visitors to South Africa must submit electronic declarations. All right, so those are all trending stories. And of course, West Indies won yesterday against Pakistan at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. Yay. That's the Express. I don't think there's a Guardian today, Richard.
Well, I'm watching it.
They have one online because they don't have a physical one. When I went to buy...
No, online there is one.
Okay.
And I could read it quickly. And the main story, Al-Rawi distances Hadid and Star Sabga from any plot to target PM cabinet members. We are not at war with government. Rowley accuses PM of racial hypocrisy. Truckers' quick action prevents tragedy at Scarborough Port. Aboud condemns hate campaigns targeting Syrian Lebanese community. Barath and Raghunath warn Hadid Sabga issue fueling division. In business, Liberty Business, Amazon in new cloud partnership. So businesses in Trinidad and Tobago looking to modernize their operations are being urged to move faster into cloud technology as Liberty Business and Amazon Web Services deepen their partnership to bring enterprise-grade cloud services closer to the local market. Works Credit Union workers begin 90-day industrial action. CAF launches US $150 million impact fund, which I've said before, and the rest. TNT maintaining investor confidence as professional services MD. I think I said that before too. FIFA plan for Kershaw-backed $20 billion operation to run World Cup meets fury from Europe's UEFA. Well, it probably will. I could that's probably what's going to happen. And I think under Infantino, FIFA probably meets its greatest challenges to keep together. Because the UEFA is probably the most powerful union of football associations on the planet.
Yes. Didn't he get a next 4-year term recently, or he's going for a next 4-year term?
I think he's going, but I don't know if he.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Barath Raghunath warned Hadid Sabga issue is fueling division. Time for us to own the Nestle factory. Rowley accuses PM of racial hypocrisy. This government has not shown as yet, in my opinion, that they are willing to de-escalate conflict in terms of the conversations. They have, in part, been very steadfast and stubborn in their positions, and I suppose using the mantra, because when you hold up something as being your mantra for this term that you have in office, the universe answers you, I guess, and that's going to be your mantra, and which is big bad UNC. And so you've held that up as being a kind of slogan. And so I don't know that there is anybody that I have seen so far about de-escalating and uniting the country. I have not heard those kind of conversations yet. If I am wrong, please correct me and tell me where you have heard.
No, you're not wrong. It's how I started out this morning by saying if you've convinced the population that 9.5 years of PNM was the absolute worst, then you need to show that you want to do better, and they're not showing that.
Well, leadership and language, which I always come back to, leadership and language matters. And in a country that's, Trinidad and Tobago seems to be going through a kind of insecure period in a kind of way in how we feel about ourselves. And the leadership has to marshal that and make it very confident, because the business confidence is also insecure. And by all that is happening, business confidence is super important. It also affects consumer confidence, which is why so many businesses are saying things are slow, because consumer confidence is also affected. And you are the facilitator of both kinds of confidence. You can affect it by what you say and how you say it. And that's just part of what language is. At least that's my opinion. And as I said, I haven't heard any inspiring words of unity or keeping the country together or fueling that kind of confidence. You have sporadic things about things are going to get better and stuff like that. That's not what it is. It needs to be a much more serious conversation and much more serious leadership that leads us through this uncertain period in so many people's minds. And you have to recognize that some of the country is uncertain. You may not be, but some of the country is.
Yeah.
So, and you need to read the room. Anyway, this is all my opinion. But if it is that you figure that they are inspirational, please show me and give me examples. So, Charles, like you have an example, you want to share it?
No,
okay, I thought you did. Black Man Lance Theater's first CNC game.
Charles, I'm not reading the room. Don't get tapped.
No, I thought he was finished. I was just going to go to the did you know, but go ahead.
Oh, striking similarities between football and horse racing. Now you can go to did you know.
Thank you very much, Richard.
Sometimes you have to let people suffer. Interference delays learning. Most people don't make mistakes by accident, at least not twice. They choose. They ignore warnings. They repeat patterns they already know lead nowhere. And they expect someone else to absorb the consequences for them. When you constantly try to save people, you rob them of one thing that actually changes their behavior. Experience. Psychology shows that real learning happens through direct consequence, not advice. Pain creates memory. You can explain the same lesson 1,000 times, but until someone feels it, nothing sticks. That's why people make the same choices even after you warn them. They're not confused. They're choosing comfort over growth. The let them suffer mindset isn't cruelty. It's a boundary. It's understanding that their path is theirs, and your job isn't to try and rescue everyone from decisions they knowingly make. Trying to carry everyone else's consequences will eventually destroy you. It creates resentment, burnout, and emotional exhaustion because you're taking in responsibility for outcomes that were never yours to manage. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough to let reality teach the lesson instead of you playing savior. Some people only change after life corrects them, and that correction won't happen if you keep stepping in front of it. So let them suffer. Not out of spite, but out of wisdom, because growth delayed by rescue is growth that is denied.
All right, so that was our Did You Know? And of course, this is the point at which I suppose you might want to bring up the poll at this point, Wendell. Or you just want to take calls? Because we got that much time. We have about 5 minutes.
Sorry, I pressed. Yeah, we could just give people an idea of how we, well, the poll that we are coming up with is, of course, if you agree with Dr. Rowley that the state of emergency should end now, he's calling it a fiasco. And it says, former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley yesterday called for an immediate end to the ongoing state of emergency. And in a scathing critique of Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar-led administration, insisted that Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander and Attorney General John Jeremy be fired. In a post on his Facebook page, Rowley described the government of hypocrisy, incompetence, and abusing the state of emergency to pursue personal and political agendas. He also responded to Persad-Bissessar's recent comments about racist and bigoted remarks directed at her, recalling that she had previously referred to him as an Oreo in the service of the 1%. He questioned whether she believes such remarks were acceptable when directed at him. Rowley also asked whether the government was just saying it had jailed citizens without the required evidence. He questioned the government's motives for attacking citizens. The government must end the state of emergency now. Of course, he went on, I can't read the entire article, but he went on to say quite a bit of other things. And including what we were talking about yesterday, that even the local courts seem not to be in your favor. Why would you think that a foreign jurisdiction would change that? Because the local courts would probably tend to easier have a bias. You understand? And they don't. They're clearly telling you, you don't have evidence. Free these people. You've not provided us with the evidence. You know? So I don't know how a foreign court would overturn that. But anyway, our poll is up. Do you agree with Dr. Rowley that the government should end the state of emergency immediately? But we can take some calls during that time.
Yeah, we can take a couple of calls before we go to the 7 o'clock news. So 281-1315, 281-1315, and 299-5156, 299-5156, 281-1315, 299-5156.
Yeah, we could take some calls, but it just seems as if everything is so personal, and the Prime Minister is clearly stung. She was clearly stung by that reference to her from Ms. Tabga. It clearly has affected her based on her utterances since then. I don't blame her. I don't blame her entirely. You know what I mean? But you know, you can't do things to people and don't expect it to be done to you. That's all I'm saying. That's how the human being is wired.
Well, I hear you. So, we'll see how it all plays out. You know, because that decision from that 2011, the 2011 PDOs, that decision should come out. I don't think they're going to give that decision before they go on break. I don't know. Because they reserve judgment in that one. So we'll see how it all goes.
All right.
But
hold on one minute there, guys. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. I agree with Dr. 100%. If you don't people names, they wouldn't call you names. My mother always used to say, when arguing and they are losing their points, they're losing the argument, they start to get personal. The Prime Minister started the name calling by calling Dr. Rowley an Oreo. So she can't get away from this. I agree with the Indian lady who did the video and what she said. Thing. Have a blessed morning.
All right.
Caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. Go ahead, Lincoln. Yeah, we are hearing you. Go ahead.
Nice. Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
You know what? My thought just escaped my head totally. I'll call back.
What? All right. Thank you.
Was that Lincoln?
Yes.
Okay, something different.
Yeah, he forgot what he was about to say. Yeah.
I hope all is well where you are.
He's now trying to ring back frantically.
Yeah. But our poll is up, people. Do you agree with Dr. Rowley that the government should end the state of emergency immediately? If you're voting yes, you're voting 1. If you're voting no, you're voting 2. All right? So we have quite a bit of votes coming in already and some mixed votes on this one.
Lincoln is back. Lincoln.
Yes, gentlemen. I just remembered what my contribution was. Don't follow. There's a reason my sobriquet nemesis came about. My sobriquet nemesis, and I think I gave a story already in this program. My sobriquet nemesis came about because watching the Beyond the State program, Roger Alexander was saying and doing a lot of things that were untrue. And I watched the program for 8 keep that police officer in check and to call him out on the lies and the misinformation that's spreading as a police officer. We take that same gentleman who was lying on publicly on defending police and police crime and police murders, defending it on the national TV. Philip Alexander boasted that he was as the spin doctor of the UNC. Roger Alexander was the spin doctor of the police. And we take that man who publicly lied to us and defended all kind of wrongdoing on a national platform and take that man and make him a minister. Are we expecting something for him to be doing something different now as a minister? The problem, Alexander or the UNC, the problem is we.
Okay.
Yeah, sad but true. You understand? Sad but true. I think if Mrs. Prasad Bissessa put some serious thought into it, she would realize she made an error. But I guess I don't think she wants to go down the road of her 2010 to 2015 governance in removing people every time something come up. I think she's determined now not to do that. You understand? Hence the reason why some people are still there. You know what I mean?
Anyhow,
because let me tell you something. When Dr. Rowley took over in 2015 as the Prime Minister, nobody dare go against him. Nobody in the PNM dare go against him. He had put some square pegs in wrong holes too then, and nobody said anything, I don't know if all you just forget. I don't forget, it's only in the second dispensation of Dr. Rowley winning back in 2020 where people started to open up their mouth, so much so that Robert Lehunt left the government and so on, and people started saying certain things. But in that first term, not a person said anything. Out of the blue, we had a foreign affairs minister that nobody know. You remember him, Richard? We interviewed him. We had him in the tea room once. You understand? It had some other ministers. Out of the blue, they came up. And they were clearly ill-suited for the roles that they were in. The first minister of national security was Edmund Dillon. He was a former chief of defense staff, but he was clearly out of his depth. You understand? Until Dr. Rowley started realizing, hey, Stuart Young is the man I had to go to for everything. And that's how Stuart Young became that kind of super minister, because he had made mistakes in appointing people in that first dispensation too.
Anyhow, guys, we're going for the news. Swendell?
Yeah, let's go for the news now. Do you agree? Our poll, as I say, is still up. Do you agree with Dr. Rowley that the government should end the state of emergency immediately? Keep voting 1 if you're voting yes, and vote 2 if you're voting no. All right?
The news you need. The clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now on NETT Radio and Guile TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. 4 Venezuelan nationals who escaped from the Immigration Detention Center in Arepo earlier this month have been sentenced to prison after pleading guilty to escaping lawful custody. The High Court imposed sentences ranging from 9 to 15 months with hard labor. Rafi Fawaz Muhammad received the longest sentence of 15 months because of his extensive criminal record, while Jose Manuel was sentenced to 1 year. Edinson La Rosa received 10 months, and Luis Fermin 9 months. The 4 were among 14 detainees who escaped on July 18th. 7 have since been recaptured, while 7 others remain on the run. Residents of Roxborough, Tobago, are calling for urgent intervention after sections of Prince Bay were fenced off by individuals claiming ownership of the land. Villagers say the bay has served as a launching and docking site for fishermen and boat owners for more than 50 years, and fear the restrictions could affect their livelihoods, especially during the hurricane season. The Roxborough Village Council and the Roxborough Fisherfolk Association are urging discussions to resolve the issue, with the association warning that legal action remains an option if access is not restored. The contractor carrying out the fencing said documents showing ownership were presented to the Village Council and expressed hope that both sides can reach an amicable solution. Former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is calling on the government to end the state of emergency and dismiss the Minister of Homeland Security and the Attorney General. In a social media post, Rowley accused the government of abusing its powers, acting without evidence, and using the state of emergency to target citizens. He questioned why no criminal charges had been laid after weeks of allegations and said any evidence should be tested through the courts. Rowley also criticized Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar over previous remarks directed at him and urged the government to end the state of emergency immediately if it wants to restore public confidence. In some sad news, tributes are pouring in following the death of 19-year-old Miracle Aguayo, who recently graduated from Marabella North Secondary School. In a heartfelt tribute, the school remembered Miracle as an exemplary young woman of faith who never allowed her health challenges to define her. She served as president of the Inter-School Christian Fellowship and was an active member of the school's Form 6 Benevolent Society and STEM Club. The school said her kindness, compassion, warm smile, and unwavering trust in God left a lasting impression on everyone who knew her. Her funeral will be held today at the Open Bible Church on Ruth Avenue in San Fernando, followed by burial at the Rudall Cemetery. Everyone at NETT Radio extends sincere condolences to Miracle's family, friends, classmates, teachers, and the entire Marabella North Secondary School community during this difficult time. Meanwhile, an 82-year-old woman has died after a fire destroyed part of her home at Alec Terrace in Bagatelle on Sunday afternoon. Police identified the victim as Khairun Hossein. Investigators say a relative noticed smoke coming from an upstairs bedroom and raised an alarm as neighbors formed a bucket brigade to contain the blaze before firefighters arrived. Fire officers later found Hossein's body inside the bedroom. The cause of the fire has not yet been determined, and the Fire Prevention Unit has launched an investigation. Damage to the house has been estimated at $250,000. Finally, health officials in the Democratic Republic of Congo say confirmed Ebola cases have climbed to more than 3,260, with over 1,430 deaths, making it one of the country's worst outbreaks on record. Authorities say the virus is spreading at an alarming rate, with the current outbreak nearly matching the number of cases recorded during the 2018 to 2020 epidemic in just 10 weeks. Health officials warn the Bundibugyo strain has no approved vaccine or treatment, while ongoing conflict and insecurity continue to hamper response efforts. Despite the challenges, some affected communities are now working more closely with health teams as authorities race to contain the outbreak. And that is NETT Radio News at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
More just got better. You're locked into NETT Radio Breakfast Show, fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
Bring down the power of love, I say, is it stop hell and damnation. Bring down the power, love to heal a nation, is the greatest power. Destruction is blowing over land. And now the earth is trembling with man's oppression of man. Now the time comes to sit down and rediscover what's life. Show the world. Put our hands on the fire and cleanse the wicked. Right now, all of them who does worship, greed and vanity must bow. Unity is the banner, so come together. I say, and this love is for freedom, it's growing stronger each day. Rejoice in a rhythm of celebration. Come on. Lift your voice with a feeling of satisfaction as one. And let we move with a purpose, all freedom lovers. Hold tight. Stepping out of the darkness with one direction inside.
A wind of destruction is blowing over this land. And now the earth is trembling with man's oppression of man. Now the time come to sit down and rediscover what's life. Show the world the true meaning of real love, power, not strife. Bring down the power of love, I say. The power of love, I say, is the greatest power. Stop hell and damnation. Bring down the power. Love to heal a nation. Put a hand on the fire and cleanse the wicked. Right now. Right now. All our days worship unity must bow. Unity together. I say. And this love is for freedom.
Just got better. You're locked into NETT Radio Breakfast Show. Fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
Well, you know, it is the greatest love, so bring down that love. Bring down the power of love. As we get ready for emancipation. Yeah. Wow, imagine that, another year already. Seems like we were talking about this just the other day. But of course, remember people, August 1st is Emancipation Day, so come out for the emancipation. And when you go out to the Emancipation Village, don't forget to go and check out the folks out there at Rodco Home Essentials, and they are at the Emancipation Village. They are there until the 1st of August. From 10 a.m. daily, right? Of course, at Rodco, you get a lot of handmade soaps, quality of that too, quality bath and body products, things to heal and nourish the skin and then make a difference in your life. So go up to the village, go check out the folks at Rodco. They are our friends here at NETT Radio. Once again, a very special good morning. Thanks for being here on the Breakfast Show. This is the second hour of the Breakfast Show. We're happy to be here with you. And of course, good morning to the folks out there and Gael Caribbean TV. You can come across the NETT Radio TT. Don't forget to check out social media handles, be it TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and even our WhatsApp channel. You can join any one of those channels. That's all you're looking for, NETT Radio Trinidad. And of course, put your stamp, likes on all the pages. Also, the Radio Garden, online radio box, Simple Radio, MyTuner, NETT Radio Trinidad. Google and smart devices, that is the command you're giving them. Alexa.
Time come to sit down and remember what's life. Show the world the true meaning of real love, power.
All right, and of course our morning poll. So, do you agree that the government should end the state of emergency? Well, if you are voting yes, you're voting 1. If you don't agree, you're voting 2. All right, and when we come back, we are going to tell you how you voted also. So, stay with us, and of course, don't forget to get your tickets for the Cooler Cruise. It's coming up.
Calling all you NETT Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack Get your cooler, gather your crews. Join us for NETT Radio, Halloween, Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August. Boarding at 7 p.m. from Hard Cuts Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite NETT DJs. Sir Charles, CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early
them who's
bird
a big
tickets are
dancer.
just $200 after $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Crep, Fats International in Arima, K Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall, and Eastgate Small, and all NETT DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. NETT Radio, Halloween, Cooler Crew, Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Halloween, on the scene. Flavor Entertainment Services, your one-stop premium entertainment service provider. We offer top-tier, best-in-class karaoke and DJ services for your private events, sports bars and lounge. Let us help make your birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, and corporate special events memorable and special. Call us now at 462-2029. We provide more than just music. We create memories that last.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Hey, audio, it's me. What is an extravaganza without Larry Joseph? I will be there Sunday, 2nd August, St. Francois Girls Convent, Belmont. We're doing this for Hillary. Sunday brunch extravaganza, and it's fun for the entire family. Me, Larry Joseph, coming to make all you laugh. Hey, don't miss it, okay?
Yeah, come out and get ready to laugh. It's going to be a fun one. You know, a long time I haven't really heard or seen Larry, so.
Yeah, I want to take in Larry to myself. I haven't seen or heard Larry in a long time.
Yeah.
I always like him.
Yeah,
he is one of the best we have in Trinidad and Tobago.
Good ones, huh?
Yeah.
Really have some good ones.
So that's the charity concert, of course, for Hillary Benjamin. Only $175 a ticket, and we'll give away a ticket or two today. So Charles,
yeah, in the 8 o'clock hour.
Yeah, in the last hour, we will give away 2 tickets for that concert. All right, it's coming up on Sunday, 2nd August, at the St. Francois Girls College in Belmont. All right, yeah, man. But we have an interview with a young man. When is that interview? This morning? Now? Coming up soon?
Coming up in a little bit.
All right, good. Especially after West Indies win yesterday. I mean, next thing you know, the man on West Indies team, you know, because of this breakfast show.
Well, you never know. I mean, we are influential, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Full time then.
Yes, of course, our poll is still up. Do you agree with Dr. Rowley that the government should end the state of emergency immediately? All right, Dr. Rowley had a lot to say on it yesterday on his Facebook page. Do you agree with him that it should be ended immediately? because clearly the government has lost the script with this state of emergency, especially when you read in the PDOs, Sir Charles, and because they've listed the PDOs that they recently signed and who they signed it against. And I'll give you an idea. They named Kwesi Cummins alias Killer G, Amir Forbes alias Maka, Vikas Simongal alias 20, Neon Roberts alias Blaze, Parashram Deonarine alias Raj, Reagan Kamabrach alias Jason Charles. They've named all of these. O.D. Cummins and Isaiah Simon also too, right? They've named all of them that they think. But when you go into the list, you wonder how they only detain one person when they are all allegedly part of gangs. So with the rest of these people that they're conspiring with to do all these things, because they've listed it: trafficking of firearms and ammunition, prohibited articles such as bulletproof vests. Authorities allege he was linked to a recent armed robbery and planned attacks on rival gangs. But he ain't doing that alone. You know what I mean? Authorities allege he conducted surveillance of a potential victim, made monetary demands. One was identified as an alleged enforcer for an organized crime group operating in the Lopino area. The group was alleged to be involved in violent armed robbery. All these are people held recently on PDOs. So if you did the intelligence to come up with these descriptions of all this, what these people involved in, where are the other people? Charge them.
Anyhow, let's take a couple calls on the poll. People, 2811-315-299-5156. Remember, you're talking about the poll, right? Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sir Charles, Richard, and Wendell.
Morning.
I say one. Long time they should have done get rid of that. I ain't doing nothing. Because at the end of the day, the big problem with the SUE and PDO, it will always fail, because first what the TTBS and whoever in charge do is they're holding people, and then you're looking for evidence, and then you want to go in front of the magistrate to say, magistrate X, Y, and Z, where's the evidence? And then they crumble. When they're supposed to gather enough evidence, then go in front of the magistrate and charge. But they're doing it back to front. We expect. And then we have a minister who was a police officer, TTPS, not even a commissioner, then into Homeland Security. So he just, right now, he moved still under TTPS. He don't serve the level of commissioner. But they get carried up. We see something different. But they should done away with the SOE right now, because it ain't making sense. It ain't benefiting the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And as I say yesterday, Wendell, when I told you with the party where they taping the people and them, business people have to watch yourself now, because just like how it have rogue element in the TPS, I won't be surprised that rogue element listening to people conversation, especially businessmen and women who have them to deal with the thousands by the millions, are going by the bank to pull money. And sometimes I just wonder especially when them people who doing contractors who had to pay their workers and they get hold up, if they're not involved in that. You just put things in their mind. Is how people thinking out of the box now. You understand?
Yeah.
It's different. But anyway, gentlemen, great program.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2811-315-299-5156. We just have a couple more minutes. We treat you with the morning poll. Do you think it's time to get rid of the SOE? I remember, if you are voting yes, you're voting 1. If you're voting no, you're voting 2. And now is when you can give us a call, share your thoughts with us.
Yeah. I remember when the PNM had called that state of emergency. What year that was? That was 2024, the end of 2024.
Yeah, that was
because the election was. Yeah. And we weren't on radio, if you remember. Because of the situation that happened at the previous place of work, right? Immediately when we came back on radio, we came back in April, not so, Charles?
Yeah.
We came back in April on this new dispensation. And we had said that we did not agree with it, because I had actually left the country the same day when that state of emergency was called back then under that. And I said, no, I did not agree with it. And that was one of the reasons why, too, I kind of just hurry up and got out of this place. I take my son and we went far.
The right camel.
Yeah. Well, I went a little further and done that. You know what I mean?
Oh, my word. All right, okay. Anyhow, let me give you the results of the poll, right? Because our guest is here, Wendell.
All right, cool. Yeah. Our poll, of course, this morning is: do you agree with Dr. Rowley that the government should end the state of emergency immediately? 88% of you said yes, and 12% said no. 88% said yes, 12% said no. That's our poll results. All right.
That's the official poll results, you know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we have a quick little interview with a young man who is very near and dear to us.
Yeah, but it's interesting with the poll, because it went across the board, even on the WhatsApp and all the other platforms. It was very much the same, you know. The way the majority of people said yes, that they believe, look, it's time to get rid of it. Well, I'm sure we'll have much more discussion with that going down the road, as you know, before anything major happens where that is concerned. All right, well, let's get into our Let's Talk segment. We're talking cricket.
Cricket. We're talking cricket.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so we are back. So go ahead, Wendell.
I nearly said good morning, son. Yes. Good morning.
That's okay. That's my nickname as well. Good morning,
Wendell. That's your nickname? Don't make joke, no, man.
Yeah, that's my nickname, man.
It's true, because that's actually the last syllable in your name.
Yeah, son.
Yeah.
Really, man.
Yeah, so our
Good
guest,
to see you, man. It's been a while.
Nice to see you all too.
when you can't see Uncle Charles, he hiding as usual.
Yeah, kind of hiding from these guys, Anderson. But you know, it's just amazing to see you. You know, knowing where we first saw you to where you are at right about now. I mean, it feels really good. It feels really, really good. You know, so thanks for making the time and being with us this morning.
Yeah. No
so
problem.
tell us what's happening.
Well, let's introduce our guest. Introduce yourself first. Let's have an introduction.
Well, those who don't know me, the viewers, my name is Anderson Mahis. I'm a national cricketer and, well, soon to be or currently a CPL selectee and player. So, yeah.
Which one of the teams will you be playing for?
Oh, I'll be representing Antigua and Barbuda Falcons. In the CPL, let's say.
Well, tell us a bit how that happened, because it happened so suddenly, and so, I mean, you've shown that talent for a long, long time, Anderson. How did this come about?
Basically, it was sort of a surprise this year to me. Knowing that last year with the performances that I got in with the Breakout League, the West Indies Breakout League and stuff. This year, I wasn't really expecting it because I didn't have a breakout or anything like that. So when I got the message, the first person to really message me and let me know that I've been selected was Nicholas Puran, and I really couldn't believe it. So I had to ask him twice, like, you sure? You know? And then first person I called and gave the news was Mommy, that you all know very well, Gaylan Ferret. So called her, and out it was on her birthday, so I guess it was great news. So yeah.
Yeah, you got the news that you got picked on your mommy's birthday?
Yeah.
Ah, nice, very nice. Well, his mom, of course, people, in case you all don't know, is Gaylan Ferret, a very close friend of ours from years ago. You know, she's still there at Power 102 soldiering on, and still there with the Reggae Ride. So Anderson, who else made the cut? Who else? I mean, are there any other Trinidadians on this team?
Yeah, there are 6 of us. Evan Lewis is there. Amir Django, Jaden Seals, which plenty of the Trinidadians love. Anderson Phillip, Joshua James, and myself. 6 of us.
Oh, but there's some heavyweights you're battling there with, Anderson.
Nah, I wouldn't really say battling, but solely, the teammates.
Yeah.
So.
So
Yeah.
what role are you expected to play in the team once you get into the team?
I think my role varies, honestly. So, like, having conversation with the head coaches and stuff when I get to Antigua, it really depends. I could play as a bowler in a round. I could play as a bowler alone, a batsman. So, I guess my role is really to impact the game in any way the team needs possible, unless told otherwise or asked of otherwise.
Yeah. Right. And you leave for Antigua today, don't you?
Yeah, today.
All right.
So, we'll be in Antigua later on.
All right. So who else is going with you? Is your mommy going with you?
Nah. I guess she has her duties to do back here with her loyal reggae right fans and everyone else. So yeah, she has her things to do. Yeah. Right. Hopefully she changes her mind and flies to some Caribbean island with me.
When is the CPL expected to start, and when is Antigua expected to play their first game?
We are actually opening the tournament. So we're playing the first game of the tournament in St. Vincent. That is on the 7th. We play in Jamaica Kingsmen.
Oh, so Jamaica changed the name again?
Yeah, from Talwas to Kingsmen. They are actually a addition team this year. So there are 7 teams in the CPL now.
Right. Because the Talwas didn't play last CPL.
Last two years, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good. So how do you feel? I mean, you can tell us how you feel as the others in terms of, and where did you come from? Because you would have played cricket mostly in the area that you live, right? I don't think did you ever play cricket outside of that?
Well, for those who don't know, I'm from Tamana. A lot of people don't know where Tamana is, and they say it's behind God back. So, Tamana, by further extension, Sangre Grande or the northeast area. I mostly played cricket with Clark Road United. So I live in Tamana, which is northeast, and I go to south and play, which is in Pinal, Clark Road, Pinal. That's where most of my cricket was played. And right now, words can't really explain how I feel. I don't even know if it's sinking as yet. Probably when I get on the plane and reach the camp. But it's something that I dreamt of as a kid, and seeing it come true now, I mean, probably a couple of tears might shed of joy, and it's a proud moment for myself, my family, and for the extension, the country, and Antigua and Barbuda this year, and all the people that support me, because there are a lot of people that support me even in the United States and other places as well. So I'm forever grateful for the opportunity.
When it comes to when you all come up against Trinidad and Tobago, how do you think that is going to affect you?
It happened in the Breakout League. So I played with Leeward Islands, Thunder in the Breakout League, the West Indies Breakout League, and I played against Trinidad and Tobago in the finals. Basically, you're playing in your home country, and everyone support the other team. So everyone supports TKR, and not really you. But I guess it's a nice experience because you're still in front of your home crowd. You're still getting to showcase your skills and what you could do. I mean, as a Trinidadian, the people from Trinidad will be happy as well. But everyone know they want TKR to win. So yeah, it's a good feeling.
But how do you feel, Anderson, about representing Antigua in the franchise CPL and not getting that opportunity to actually play for the Trinidad and Tobago team?
I mean, that's how franchise cricket go. So I think it happened to Evan Lewis. I don't think Evan Lewis ever represented TKR as well. So I mean, it's not really like, it's like a bittersweet thing. Obviously, I want to represent the country one day, and I represented my country at all youth levels. And one day I'd like to represent TKR, of course. But I mean, Antigua and Barbuda is like second home to me. They treat me very well. The president, the head coaches, the whole Leeward Island board, actually, they believe in me a lot. So it feels like home as well. So yeah.
What about does this allow you to get back to West Indies cricket, or is there a bridge at some point in time that you're seeing there?
Pardon?
Is there a bridge, to playing like for the West Indies cricket team after this, or can this get you there? What can happen in that regard?
Oh, for sure. I think this is one of the closest steps to be in West Indies to play for West Indies in the Caribbean. As in recent times, we saw Navin BDC getting the opportunity to play for St. Kitts and Nevis, and right after that, he went on to play for the West Indies senior team, he's also a close friend of mine, and I'm really proud of him and what he achieved coming from B. So is really a great opportunity to get into the West Indies senior team with a good season, for sure.
I understand there's a young man who played for West Indies recently. I don't even know where he came from. I just happened to watch cricket today, and I said, where did he come? A young man, a short, dark guy in Lords. He's bowling your style of bowling, not so?
Same left hand, but left arm wrist spin, which is, they call it Chinaman. So, yeah. But I guess from people looking on, I think they give the head coach and stuff a lot of stick. But when I looked at him in the West Indies under-19, when he played for West Indies under-19 in the World Cup, I saw that he was a special talent, and I think he should be given the opportunity to develop and grow. I think that he'll make West Indies.
Where is he from, though?
Jamaica.
Oh, he's Jamaican. Okay.
Yeah. He plays for the Jamaica Kingsmen this year.
All right. Well, look, on the chat here, Jerry Poor, you must know, he said, tell him the HD family behind him 100%.
Yeah. Those are the guys that I know that they support me as well. When I go to the States, I play cricket with them. So, yeah, they are like family, the HD family, for sure.
Yeah. Well, Jerry's a old St. James man. He played cricket with us down in St. James.
Yeah, for sure. Jerry's a good guy, man.
Yes, he is.
And listen, clearly, I mean, like, cricket has been and continues to be, your choice on your love. Where did that passion for cricket come from?
Honestly, I feel it's just my dad used to play cricket. Rajesh Mahis used to play cricket. My older brothers used to play, so that's all I really knew growing up, and that was the sport in the community as well. And my mom tell me as long as she could remember me, I had a bat and a ball everywhere I go. So I guess from then, and then when I learned that you could make a career from it in primary school and stuff, I just always say, I want to play cricket. I want to be a cricketer. When I see Dwayne Bravo and Shivnai Chanda Paul, I never get a chance to see Brana, but those guys play. I fell in love with the sport, how Bravo run, dive, take catches, the crowd wild. I fell in love with those stuff, so yeah.
How does Randy feel? And I know your youngest brother too is also a burgeoning cricketer. How do they feel? Randy, Andy, and Ronaldo.
Yeah. I know they're extremely proud. Randy, who also used to play cricket, now technically one of my coaches, mentors. I know he feels like a proud big brother. Andy as well, who's really close to me. We're very close in age as well, so people say that's my twin, but I know he's very proud as well, seeing that I am achieving good things and going on to probably achieve great things by the help of God. And Ronaldo, he's only 12 years old. I mean, young. I think he understands what is going on for sure, but as any young child, you just know that his brother is going to play CPL and achieve great things. So yeah, he's happy as well. He probably go and say his brother plays CPL and this, that, but I don't know. He's a very cool kid, and I think you should expect great things from him in the future, for sure.
And the village at Tamana, how they feel? Because I had the pleasure of coming up there not too long ago to watch cricket one of the nights. You remember that?
Yeah.
How do they feel?
A lot of love and support. I mean, and I can't say anything negative. First time that they experiencing these things. So they showed me a lot of love and support, and just recently had to give away a lot of jerseys and stuff. I think they are really proud, and I think it's a good thing that the younger ones in the community can see that it is possible, because normally coming from rural areas like that, we don't really have a lot to look up to, and to say we want to be like this. If I'm being honest with you, we grew up with a lot of I don't want to be like this, and thankfully I had my mom and a lot of family around me to show me that, to keep me on the right path. So they are really happy, and I know it puts a lot of belief into the younger generation that they can do it too.
Well, I hope the Cricket Academy could print some jerseys, some replicas for your Antigua team. I'm looking forward to my jersey.
Yeah, you could. You could tell Randy and probably see what happens there.
Anderson, tell me about, I know you would probably have faced, some disappointments, coming through the whole cricketing as a young man into where you are at right now, where you're heading. And I see a lot of great things in store for you. For what you see of the cricket and opportunities for people like yourself and younger ones who just want to play cricket, want to get into cricket, what are some of the things that we need to start to fix that we could get probably a more level playing field? And because I know in almost every aspect of everything in Trinidad and Tobago, it's like a lot of who know you, that sort of thing. And sometimes the best talent is not being recognized.
I think firstly that we need to get good programs in for the youths, most importantly, because growing up, I had primary school cricket, and now there's no primary school cricket going on. So I think that if they can get back that primary school stuff into play, which is a extreme development part to any youth. And secondly, I think that if we can get good facilities, better facilities, as long as I know myself, there are the same facilities in Trinidad and Tobago. And I mean, if in Central and certain places has a certain set of facilities, then I know, or I could only imagine what Tamana and thing have, right? So, yeah, basically.
Yeah, those facilities in Tamana need improving, especially the lighting. You have to keep your eyes on the ball all the time, otherwise you never know if a ball going to come your way.
Yeah, for sure. And that's only one part of it, and then probably if I go on the more structural side in terms of like probably there's simple things like the roads and transportation and water, there's water and stuff that people could be comfortable, because I could speak for myself, coming from Tamana, the roads are not the best. So you have to make up your mind to leave to go out there to play cricket. So before you leave home, I go into Penal, 2 hours. It's 2 hours from Tamana to Penal. And I had to make up my mind to say, you have to do it. This is what you choose to do. This is your career. It's not going to be easy. So I think it's just simple things, and the next generation is all about believing, and don't let nobody tell you that you can't. Because if I come to most people tell me that I can't, I wouldn't play cricket, and if I take them serious. So yeah, don't let nobody tell you that you can't.
Well, that's a good way to end in terms of the positives coming out of your labor of love and sacrifice. Thankfully, you are a family that continue to support you, and that continues to support you today, because my Lord, I'd never hear enough about you from your mother, and of course from your brother. You understand? So keep up the great work, Anderson. We'll certainly be following your career. Who knows, I might show up in Antigua one day to just to give that support.
Yeah, for sure. I like to see them, and knowing that you are part of my developmental growing up. I mean, in terms of helping me out with any little thing that I needed at the youth level coming up, which was never easy. Everybody know that cricket is not a cheap sport. It's very expensive, so I appreciate the help from you. A lot of people probably don't really know about it, but thanks
That's good.
a
We'll
lot.
keep it that way. We'll keep it that way.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay. You know, it ain't coming from your mouth. It's coming from mine, so it's fine. But I really appreciate it. It means a lot. So it mightn't seem so, but it means a lot. So thanks again. And thanks for having me.
What about you know, like, okay, like if we are playing at the local levels and when you all have games and stuff and things, what is the support like for cricket for the average man? Because I know, you know, some of these people only want to go to when they have big games playing and that sort of thing. Are you all seeing support on the other community regional games? Is support there for you all?
Honestly, at the premiership level, which is the highest level in Trinidad, I don't really see as much support. They might find more support in as we say, Savannah cricket or minor league cricket. So I think that is something that is not really there. The support in terms of locally. I mean, only when TKR come to play or something like that, the places be packed. And CPL coming around the place packed. But locally, not much. It had a tournament in Canary Pool, which when they'll come to watch, which is, you know, also part of my community. The support there was great. I think a little more tournaments and stuff, a little more initiatives and like those could go a long way. So yeah, but everybody know that CPL has the biggest support. Look, other than that, in normal other leagues, you don't really get that much support. But I mean, sometimes you just have to do what you have to do.
You have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Anderson, thanks much. All the best going forward, and I know you're going to do well. I wish your team well when you all meet Trinidad and Tobago. I have no favorites in the race, but we wish everybody all the best going forward. It's all in as I say, good sportsmanship, right?
For sure, man. It'll be a nice game.
Yes. Take care, Anderson. And nice seeing you, man. Good interview this morning. Good showing for yourself. And all the best when you get to Antigua and Barbuda.
Thanks very much, guys. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You made a good guess, a better guess than your mother. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye, Anderson. Gilan always breaks in from interviews. Look at how good Anderson did.
No, but she can really talk to you, know. Don't mention that.
Could talk behind her mic when she says she ready, right?
Put that microphone and start to play reggae music now.
That's what she can talk. She can really talk then. Yeah. But I didn't realize there's so many top Trinidadians playing with this Antigua team.
Yeah, there's about half the team.
Evan Lewis. Huh?
There's about half the team.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. So Anderson has gone amongst some of the best. I mean, Jaden Seals was the West Indies bowling hero yesterday at Taruba. You know, he got a 5-wicket haul in the second innings and won the match for West Indies yesterday. Nice, man. Really nice.
Yeah, and I really wish him all the
Amir
best.
Jangu is one of the better batsmen we have on the West Indies team right now. He's also playing for that team. So he and Antigua has an excellent team.
It'll be nice. Anyhow, it's nice when you see the Trinidad. It's a big one.
I wonder when that match playing. That match might be playing at the Oval because Trinidad TKR has 5 games at the Oval. So
Well, anytime we're playing here and the bus Trinidad has a big old tail. Oh my word!
Tamana sell out that night, you know.
Yeah, you make it joke. Anytime you see the play Trinidad and Tobago here, you understand? Oh boy. Anyhow, people, let's take a couple of calls as we go up to 8 o'clock now. Maybe you can always call us. We like to chat with you guys, you know. 281-1315-299-5156. Right? The lines are open to you. Really nice talking with Anderson. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, General, again. I have a question because the timeline kind of slips me and I want to put everybody in the box that they belong in. Richard, Wendell, you might have a better recollection than me. I want to ask a question. Remind me, did at any point in time, did the Sabgas issue go before the DPP and the DPP gave a permission to arrest?
That's a good question, you know. As far as I'm aware, a birdie was said to me that when they went to that certain place say, get away from me. I using my words, right?
Right.
I staying far from that. That's what a birdie whispered to me back then. I'd said it on radio morning and it may have slipped people. But that's what I was told.
Because I thought my timeline got mixed up because you're saying something that I didn't think happened. I thought the DPP gave permission to arrest them at the early stage of the thing. If it's not so, then my timeline is confusing. But I think the DPP's office should be the first line of defense for people, right? And we are focused on these sub guys and whatnot. I don't care about these sub guys, right? I'm glad that they carried the matter to the appeals court and they're out of jail and whatnot. I don't care about these sub guys. If you do that, but my concern is that if you do that to these sub guys, how guilty or innocent is Rajan Ali that you have victimized and demonized for years, have been in prison for years? How guilty or innocent is all the rest of things? Johan, anybody remembering Johan? That all he was obscene, he was a little rude. All he do is condemn gods. And he is sitting in jail now and nobody asking a question about Johan. Right? The young lady that got arrested 2 or 3 times. We are seeing a Cuba political tactics where you are just arresting your opposition or your political enemies or anybody that say anything against you. We are seeing and those tactics being practiced in Trinidad and Tobago. And we don't have thousands of people on the streets of Trinidad and Tobago willing to be arrested for their freedom and their democracy. When they do form a protest, 15, 20 people out there and the whole riot squad. There are more riot squad out there than protesters. We're not serious in this country. The problem, as I always say, the problem is we.
Always.
Right?
Always.
Have a good day.
And take care. And somebody is also confirming, well, not confirming, but he ensured to saying, I don't think the DPP was involved at that stage. And yes, caller, the DPP should always be involved. You remember how this thing played out there? The police went to the High Court and got a warrant for the Hadids, you know. When they went there, they arrested the Hadids, seized all the devices and so on. They took Mr. Hadid up to Blue Water, seized those devices up there. But they were never charged. It's during when they had them in custody, when the Hadid's lawyers went to the court to say, release our client, produce our clients. That's where the habeas corpus came in, right? Habeas corpus. Yeah. That's where it came in, and that is when it switched to a PDO. Don't forget those things. That's how the sequence played out, you know. They were detained on conspiracy to murder, okay? They were never charged for it. Then the PDO came in that kept them in jail. The High Court ruled that they remain in jail, right? When the Hadid's lawyers went to Justice Francis Passad.
And I think that is where the DPP may probably be either like in waiting, because like you have somebody detained, you are gathering evidence, and you have to go to the DPP, who decides, look, okay, well, they're charged with this or charged with that. We remember in a lot of cases, sometimes the DPP said they go back and get more evidence and all those different kinds of things. Yeah. So while that is probably happening, the detention order holds you like a holding bay while all of that is happening.
Well, the birdie whispered to me, Sir Charles, that when they went, they were told, I don't want a part of this. It's crazy. But then again, if that is the case, if there is something, I'm wondering if somebody would say, I don't want a part of that because of one, if it's
you don't have enough evidence, or I ain't want no part of that because it's 10 people are going after that them could make me lose my work. So I don't know which part it is.
Nah,
You know?
it has to
You will
be.
hear
It
something
has
like
to be. It has to be that it clearly is not enough evidence,
But
which
right.
turned out, which that's how it turned out to be. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I said, so in that regard, now the DPP is probably not involved at that level because you don't have enough evidence to charge for me to say go ahead and charge somebody on something. Go back and find more evidence. But I suppose this is where the preventative detention order and you see that word preventative. I think that is and I start to be corrected there. I presume that preventative part of it is like, you know, the court have certain words that is play on that it can mean certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you feel that you have something is said and somebody have the means to carry it out, and if you feel somebody is in danger or could be in danger, the preventative part of that detention order could kick in because it is to prevent something from happening. Because if I get information, regardless of how people may see it as flippant or wherever it's coming from, if I don't act on that information and something does happen, then you could be, you know, in a lot of trouble.
But Sir Charles, even the judge at the High Court level said detaining these people can't prevent. You haven't proven that detaining them will prevent the act from being carried out anyway. You haven't proven that.
Well, one of the judges did, you know. We remember the first time when they went to Justice C. Prasad.
Right. He had agreed with the state then.
Yeah,
Since then, that judgment was overturned by the appeal court. And also the tribunal, the same SOE tribunal also gave a statement.
Yeah.
But
I'm just saying with that, at least it was enough to convince him at that point in time, even though it was overturned, because remember he said in the in whatever the judgment was, that he felt that the persons had the wherewithal to carry out whatever was said, you know, so that is why he went along.
You know what? I hear you, Sir Charles, but the evidence so far that it has been revealed and so far as it has been scrutinized by the court does not support that. And you've had several decisions, including the tribunal, that is saying basically you don't have the evidence. They might be using nice and kind language, but basically that's what they're saying. The most instructive comment for me was from the Court of Appeal hearing, when the court said that when the court had said they should be released, even if it's under house arrest, that they said, and I'm quoting and maybe paraphrasing slightly, what is the differentiation between conspiracy and vehement language? Vehement and offensive language has to cross a certain line to become a conspiracy, because we all at points may say vehement and offensive language at points in our lives when we are annoyed or hurt. When does it cross the line to be a conspiracy? And the Court of Appeal was not satisfied that it had crossed that line from whatever evidence was before the court. So how much of this has been a foolhardy exercise in terms of trying to target a community? And we have to look at it sometimes through that lens. Were they specifically targeted because of some of the statements that were said in Parliament? And whether now this entire scenario was on weak evidence at best, that did not stand the scrutiny, apparently, from what Wendell is saying, of the DPP's department. And certainly the tribunal has said it's weak. The Court of Appeal said it was weak, and eventually had to remove the PDOs. All of these scrutinizing agencies have basically said the same thing. And can we just ignore that and say that, well, there was some foundation and strength to what they did, when all of the scrutinizing oversight agencies, whether it be the tribunal or the Court of Appeal, have all questioned the strength and validity of what you have done?
Yeah.
I think the answer logically has to be no.
Yeah. Just to respond to Ian Stewart. He said, Wendell, how the commissioner asking if the audio is authentic? Was the police not involved in the review of evidence? Well, brother man, I too at a loss. So much so that I posted on Facebook, the commissioner of police is cleverly trying to shift the blame away from him. He and his department. That's what I posted. Because how you can ask if it's authentic? I don't understand. You, the chief of defense staff, and the head of the SSA are the only 3 people authorized to do interception.
You know, and just one more point I want to make, Sir Charles. When it comes to language, I tell you, I try to pay attention to what people see in terms of understanding, and that's why I have said, and I will admit, and I will say it again, this government is falling short in terms of inspiring this country and uniting this country, and that is your mandate when you're elected. Beyond all of the statements that the AG and the Prime Minister would have said in Parliament, which I have criticized as not being appropriate with regard to this entire scenario, you had the audio leak and Star Sabga saying offensive racist words, which I've said. They are racist. It is a racist term, and said in vehement way, and said because of your good, and said in a private conversation that has now been made public. But it is racist. But does that make her a racist? Not necessarily, because you may say racist things at points, but it does not inherently make you a racist. That's a personal thing that I can't answer. The Prime Minister says something to the effect that, you know, the language, and she, of course, criticized it for being whatever in her particular way. And then she says it cast a light, something to this effect, and Wendell, I don't know if you read it, but it cast a light on the rest of the community that is not deserved, or casting a light on the rest of the community that they should not have to endure, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. Well, read it.
I could read it. Let me just find it quickly.
I thought you had it right in front of you.
No, I could read it. She said, I didn't even know those 2 bigoted persons existed. I also assume that East Indians supportive of their party, the PNM, are not the C-word. I'll say that for the people who offended, right? But she used the C-word, right? Only UNC supporting East Indians are stinking C-word. Is that the comment you're talking about?
No, go on. Is there more?
In this one, that's all I have. But I think I know what you're talking about in terms of...
Right, she said that it cast something to the effect that it cast a light on the rest of the community that they did not deserve, or something like that. Mm-hmm. And that puzzled me. And I've said to myself, since when has a racist comment by a member of any race cast a light on all? Because a racist person, and I'm not saying that Star Sabga or Genevieve Hadid are racist at all. I'm not saying that at all. I think the conversation was contextualized in a particular way, and racist terms were used, which I've said. I'm not going to go through all of that again. But since when, if you meet a racist Indo-Trinidadian or a racist African Trinidadian, does that make you think that it casts a light on all Indo-Trinidadians across Trinidad and Tobago? Or all African Trinidadians across Trinidad and Tobago? No, it doesn't. So why would you even suggest that?
Yeah.
All right, let's go for our news and come back.
Yeah.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is News Now on NETT Radio and Guile TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. 4 Venezuelan nationals who escaped from the immigration detention center in Arepo earlier this month have been sentenced to prison after pleading guilty to escaping lawful custody. The High Court imposed sentences ranging from 9 to 15 months with hard labor. Rafi Fawaz Muhammad received the longest sentence of 15 months because of his extensive criminal record, while Jose Manuel was sentenced to 1 year. Edinson La Rosa received 10 months, and Luis Fermin 9 months. The 4 were among 14 detainees who escaped on July 18th. 7 have since been recaptured, while 7 others remain on the run. Residents of Roxborough, Tobago, are calling for urgent intervention after sections of Prince Bay were fenced off by individuals claiming ownership of the land. Villagers say the bay has served as a launching and docking site for fishermen and boat owners for more than 50 years, and fear the restrictions could affect their livelihoods, especially during the hurricane season. The Roxborough Village Council and the Roxborough Fisherfolk Association are urging discussions to resolve the issue, with the association warning that legal action remains an option if access is not restored. The contractor carrying out the fencing said documents showing ownership were presented to the village council and expressed hope that both sides can reach an amicable solution. Former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is calling on the government to end the state of emergency and dismiss the Minister of Homeland Security and the Attorney General. In a social media post, Rowley accused the government of abusing its powers, acting without evidence, and using the state of emergency to target citizens. He questioned why no criminal charges had been laid after weeks of allegations and said any evidence should be tested through the courts. Rowley also criticized Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar over previous remarks directed at him and urged the government to end the state of emergency immediately if it wants to restore public confidence. In some sad news, tributes are pouring in following the death of 19-year-old Miracle Aguayo, who recently graduated from Marabella North Secondary School. In a heartfelt tribute, the school remembered Miracle as an exemplary young woman of faith who never allowed her health challenges to define her. She served as president of the Inter-School Christian Fellowship and was an active member of the school's Form 6 Benevolent Society and STEM Club. The school said her kindness, compassion, warm smile, and unwavering trust in God left a lasting impression on everyone who knew her. Her funeral will be held today at the Open Bible Church on Ruth Avenue in San Fernando, followed by burial at the Rudall Cemetery. Everyone at NETT Radio extends sincere condolences to Miracle's family, friends, classmates, teachers, and the entire Marabella North Secondary School community during this difficult time. Meanwhile, an 82-year-old woman has died after a fire destroyed part of her home at Alec Terrace in Bagatelle on Sunday afternoon. Police identified the victim as Khairun Hossein. Investigators say a relative noticed smoke coming from an upstairs bedroom and raised an alarm as neighbors formed a bucket brigade to contain the blaze before firefighters arrived. Fire officers later found Hossein's body inside the bedroom. The cause of the fire has not yet been determined, and the Fire Prevention Unit has launched an investigation. Damage to the house has been estimated at $250,000. Finally, health officials in the Democratic Republic of Congo say confirmed Ebola cases have climbed to more than 3,260, with over 1,430 deaths, making it one of the country's worst outbreaks on record. Authorities say the virus is spreading at an alarming rate, with the current outbreak nearly matching the number of cases recorded during the 2018 to 2020 epidemic in just 10 weeks. Health officials warn the Bundibugyo strain has no approved vaccine or treatment, while ongoing conflict and insecurity continue to hamper response efforts. Despite the challenges, some affected communities are now working more closely with health teams as authorities race to contain the outbreak. And that is NETT Radio News at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with new Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
You are listening to the Emancipation Story right here on New Era TT Radio. Voices of rebellion, resistance, and freedom. Yesterday, we remembered when emancipation came and how we got to the point of celebrating emancipation on August the 1st, 1838. Remember, it was not a day that was just taken out of a hat and was decided that emancipation would be celebrated on August 1st. It is a day that the proclamation came in 1838 to free the slaves, and it was on August the 1st. Because the truth is, freedom was never given to our ancestors. It was fought for. Before any British monarch signed a paper, before any law was passed, enslaved Africans were already resisting. They were resisting with their voices, with their bodies, with their very being. They refused to accept bondage as the end of their story. Across the Caribbean, the land was filled with rebellion. In Jamaica, for example, the fierce Maroons fought British troops and won their freedom in the hills. In Barbados, Busa led an uprising in 1816. In Demerara, Guyana, over 10,000 enslaved people rose up in 1823. In Trinidad, African soldiers and enslaved communities refused silence, with warriors like Dagger remembered for standing tall against oppression. But not all resistance was loud. Some was in the quiet determination to hold on to African names, to hold on to our drum culture and rhythms, ancestral languages, and spiritual practices, even under punishment. Every act of resistance was a seed of freedom, and together those seeds grew into a movement that could not be stopped. So when we speak of emancipation, we must also speak of courage, courage of men, women, and children who looked slavery in the face and said, "Not forever." What does that mean for us today? It means we carry the blood of rebels. It means we come from people who refuse to accept injustice as normal. So in our lives, when we face hardship, we must remember resistance is part of our heritage. When we stand up for what's right, when we speak truth to power, when we protect the vulnerable or build something out of our own, Despite the odds, we are continuing the legacy. So let today be a reminder. Be a reminder that you are stronger than you think, because your ancestors were warriors, and so are you. You are listening to the Emancipation Story on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, where the rhythm of history lives on.
Hey, audio, it's me. What is an extravaganza without Larry Joseph? Eh? I will be there Sunday, 2nd August, St. Francois Girls Convent, Belmont. We're doing this for Hillary. Sunday brunch extravaganza, and it's fun for the entire family. Me, Larry Joseph, coming to make all you laugh, laugh, laugh. Hey, don't miss it, okay?
Calling all you NETT Radio listeners and fans. It's time to pack your cooler, gather your crews. Join us on NETT Radio Halloween Cooler Crew in red, white, and black. On board the luxurious Island Royalty, Saturday, 15th of August, boarding at 7 p.m. from Hardcuts, Shagaramas. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. Enjoy great music all night long from your favorite NETT DJs: Sir Charles, CJ, Mr. Flavor, Doc International, RJ, and Fluffman.
Tell you you's a big dancer. Come show
Early
them you's a
bird
big
tickets are
dancer.
just $200, after $250. Get your tickets now at Crosby in St. James, Rumba, St. James, Bobby's Bar in Kure, Pats International in Arima, K Square Fashions at C3 Center, West Mall and Eastgate Mall, and all NETT DJs. No glass bottles allowed. Bring your coolers, bring your crews, and let's celebrate together. NETT Radio, Halloween Cooler Crew, Saturday, August the 15th, aboard the Island Royalty. For information, call 638-2609 or 497-7173. Halloween on the sea. Flavor Entertainment Services, your one-stop premium entertainment service provider. We offer top-tier, best-in-class karaoke and DJ services for your private events, sports bars, and lounge. Let us help make your birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, and corporate special events memorable and special. Call us now at 462-2029. We provide more than just music. We create memories that last.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the final session of the breakfast show. And we are happy to be here with you. All right, don't forget we have our cooler cruise coming up on the 15th of August. Make sure you get your tickets. If you don't have your tickets as yet, we urge you to get your tickets now. It's going to be a fantastic fun ride on board the Island Royalty. We will be boarding at 7 p.m., sailing at 8 p.m. We're back by midnight. And we are boarding at Hartscott in Shagaramas. That is right down by the cove, right? Remember, pack your coolers. Anything that you want to drink in it, put it, make sure it's in glass bottles. One check out Wendell and the folks down there at, sorry about that, at Rumbox. You can pick up your tickets down there. Also at Crosby's in St. James. And Fats International in Arima, Bobby's Bar in Currap, and also at K Squared Fashions. They are at Eastgate Mall, also at West Mall and C3 Center, right? And of course, if you're not cruising, still buy a ticket, right? Support the platform, support us here. Right, Wendell?
Hold on it.
Yeah. Wendell, okay.
Some bacchanal going on by Wendell. Some bacchanal going on by Wendell, Sir Charles. Sir Charles, gosh, what is going on?
I just saw the system just shut down. You know those boxes that Richard, you would know it. Well, both of y'all would know it. Those power savers. It breaks down the power, but you put a lot of plugs in it. You put certain things plugged into it. You know, every now and then it trips off and just starts to beep. And that's what happened there just now. So everything went off. Television.
Oh
cameras.
my God, I thought it was a bacchanal. If you hear Sir Charles tell me, hush. Wendell in a bacchanal, let's listen.
Just loud beeping. Every now and then it does that. I don't know. Maybe it had a power dip or something recent. But let me just mention something that I didn't know. I mean, he's been a fan of our show for forever. He still listens to us. He's been helping us with sponsorship on the show. He's one of the nicest human beings and most approachable you could meet. I call him Mr. Ali. He say, Wendell, my name is not Mr. Ali. My name is Amjad.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Huh? Sorry?
I know exactly what you're going to say because I didn't know that either.
Yeah, but guess what? He has been the Consul General. Amjad Ali is the owner of Furniture Plus people, in case you don't know, right? And as I say, he's a big fan of the show. But he's been the Consul General for Pakistan for the last 20 years. He's celebrating 20 years as the Consul General of Pakistan. I said, Amjad, I never knew that. But he was signing the book, the condolence book for Sir Garfield Sobers yesterday at the consulate. So congratulations. Well, I can't tell you congratulations again. You're doing this thing for the last 20 years. But, you know, yesterday, and hear how important this is. Yesterday, West Indies played Pakistan at the Brian Lara Stadium. West Indies won the first ever test match at the Brian Lara Stadium. West Indies won the test match by 90 runs. Gary Sobers would have been 90 years old yesterday. Isn't that something?
Yeah. Today's the funeral for him, right?
Huh?
Today's the funeral? Oh.
Today's the funeral. But he would have been 90 years old yesterday. West Indies won that first inaugural test match at the Brian Lara Stadium. And you know Brian Lara, he was Brian Lara's mentor. By 90 runs. And here is Mr. Amjad Ali. In case you all never saw him before, that's him right there in that picture, signing the condolence book. He is the Consul General of Pakistan for the last 20 years. Well done, Mr. Ali. Nice guy. All right? And I must say, he's one of our biggest fans on this show.
All right. So, people, we have 2 tickets to give away for Hillary's benefit show that is coming up on the 2nd of August. Right, Wendell?
2nd of August, yes. We just played the ad for the show, for that show.
All right. So, you have any additional information, Wendell?
For the show?
Yeah, let's see if we can go with our ticket now.
Yeah. The third person to call in will get 2 tickets, courtesy Hillary, for that show on Sunday, 2nd of August. It's at St. Francois Girls College. The cost of the ticket, well, the contribution is just $175. So, yeah, we're giving away 2 tickets to the third caller.
Yeah, so call us now, 281-1315-299-5156. All right. And I know that is something else, because you know everybody go on time, but I ain't calling now.
Well, you could try to call twice. You could try to call first and third.
Yes. All right. So let's see how you're doing it in this thing. Caller, good morning.
Morning. I ain't calling for no ticket. I'm calling to make a contribution to West Indies cricket. And I just want to continue from what Wendell said.
Well, Mr. Billy, hold on. Call me back. But we are still taking as the first caller. All right. let me see if we can get through this particular part of the thing.
Yeah.
So we're taking 3 calls. We just had 1. We want 2 more. Yeah. Right. We put it inside of the thing. Caller, good morning. Caller, good morning. Shokonas.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
He is number 2.
I know number 2.
Yeah, well, he's a
caller. We have a choice. We have to take your number 2.
The second caller.
Yeah, you are the second caller.
Sorry. All right, you're the second caller. That's your point.
Thanks very much. So we have 2 callers. So the next person that call will get 2 tickets to go and check out Hillary's benefit concert, right? All right. Caller, good morning. Caller? I thought was it the caller?
The person didn't realize they're number 3, you know.
Nah, they. Hello, good morning.
Charles, and I'm caller number 3.
Yes, you are, Junior. You're caller number 3. All right.
All right, blessings, Sir Charles.
All right. So we have 2 tickets for Junior to go and check out Hillary's benefit show on Sunday. Yeah. That wasn't too hard, Wendell.
You could collect your 2 tickets down my Rumbox. I'll give you 2 from what she would have sent down here. Hillary, is that okay? Can I use 2 from the Rumbox set? All right. So what's the person's name, Sir Charles? I'm going to mark them on the ticket.
Right. Junior Wickham.
Junior Wickham. Oh, I see him in the chat now and then.
Yeah.
All right. So Junior Wickham has won the 2 tickets to Hillary's show. I will do 2 more tomorrow. All right. So it's a charity concert happening this Sunday, 2nd August at St. Francois Girls College. And it's to raise funds for Hillary's journey. Larry Joseph will be featuring in that particular concert. You all would have seen the ad earlier on. So it's from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at St. Francois Girls College in Bell. All right.
Yeah, and it's all for a very good cause. So
very good cause.
Well, they come out and support it. Buy a ticket and support Hillary on her efforts at this point in time. So we need you all to come out and support the ventures that are taking place and support our listeners and make sure everything is okay with them. Right? So we can continue to take your calls now on all of the other things that you guys want to talk about. 2811315 and 2995156. So we go back to the lines. Caller, morning.
Yes, thank you for taking my call.
No problem, Mr. Billy.
Thank you. What I want to say though is really to touch on the cricket. And Wendell, I want to congratulate you for your cricket brain one and your close observation. Because I made that observation sitting here watching the game yesterday, which is very, very thing that the 90 runs they won the game by for two. And Sir Gaffney Sobel was 90 yesterday because he died, I think, 11 days short of his 90th birthday. So well done, Wendell. Go to the front of the class. Go to the end of the class. I want to say that that victory yesterday was very, very important because I find the West Indies is not using Graves that I will call him an all-rounder because he's more on the team as a batsman, but he sometimes gets some bowling too. But he is one of them who, when the wicket not doing anything, he could swing the ball both ways. And I think he's being used in the bowling department. But well done to Kimo Rose, well done to guys who live in the area there. I think they done Seals and all the others who have made contribution to that victory yesterday. I say well done. Hail Sir Gaffney Sobel as we put him down today. You are the greatest all-rounder this game have seen. And I salute you, Sir Gaffney Sobel. Rest in peace, my brother. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Billy.
Yeah, thanks very much for that tribute this morning, Mr. Billy. Shagonas, caller number 2. The second caller.
The
second caller.
Listen, man, I know I told them a little story here, right? And you know how they be telling us to trust the process and follow the process, right? In 2024, they told us the Salary Review Commission made recommendation for increase to all the top earners, you could say, in the country.
Public sector.
Again. Yeah, they were up in arms, they were against it and so on. And then we heard now, when the opposition represent government now, they were sounding like it was against it and so on. And when they get in the power now, and people are still complaining about this, they can't do nothing about it. The process is that the Salary Review Commission make the recommendation, and it went through Parliament, and it was approved by Parliament, and that is, they can't do nothing about that. But lo and behold, I reading now that they reduce the salaries of the PCA director and the deputy director.
No. Well, the PCA director and the deputy PCA, in terms of that same salary review commission report that you're talking about, did not, in their opinion, do them justice, and that their entire packages would have actually been diminished, even though once you have been enjoying the higher package, according to the SRC report, the higher package would hold. But it would mean that the PCA director and deputy director would have gotten no increase. They would still be at the same level, even though it would be more than what the SRC recommended. The PCA and the deputy PCA took it, the PCA director and the deputy PCA took it to court. So as far as I know, it's in the court system for review, or at least they threatened to take the SRC to court, saying that it was unfair for the position, because when you're arguing for the position, you're not arguing for yourself. So you're arguing for the position, that the position was not done proper assessment by the SRC. So that's what
the decision was made,
by the court?
Yes, the court dismissed their pay cut challenge.
Right, so they could now have the right to appeal it.
The judge frankly dismissed the appeal.
Yeah.
Right, so that they can now appeal. The judge is not God.
Yeah, it was dismissed yesterday by High Court Judge Frank C. Prasad. He dismissed their claim against the SRC. Yes.
Right, so they can appeal it, and the appeal court or the appeal judge can listen to it now.
Yes, so Richard, the salary reduction was in the original SRC review report.
No, the SRC review that came out last year or the year before, when it is that all of the positions went up.
Yes.
But some positions weren't calibrated that it was an increase. For some, the entire package actually amounted to a decrease.
Yep.
But there's a caveat. But there's a caveat in the SRC report that says if your current package is more than what they're recommending right now, your current package is in priority. Only somebody new coming into the position would suffer a loss, or well, the loss inverted commas.
Okay, and that doesn't mean that we have just those two positions.
There were several positions across the SRC report that had that problem, but some just didn't go the way of the court. Some went the way of asking the SRC to review it and making a case for the SRC to review it.
I think it happened with judges, some judges too. So?
I can't remember exactly. I know, but they want the only ones, if that's the question.
Okay. Then I'll listen to somebody else who wants to come on.
Yeah. Richard, you have to remember to mute your mic when the other person talking, because you have feedback from your system in your vehicle now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the problem is not my vehicle. The problem is obviously the system.
If you say so. But once you're on speakerphone in your car, it feeds back into the mic itself.
Yeah, okay. At that point in time, your radio is a little too loud, so it comes right back.
Yeah. And Lavana Boyo is actually saying what you just said, Richard. Once a new director and deputy director comes into position, they will get the lower figure. Yeah.
Caller, good morning.
I remember I was in the belly of the beast. I know.
Caller, good morning.
Yeah, morning, gentlemen. Mr. Stevens, you are correct. Some judicial positions did have a downgrade in some of the
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, so it wasn't just the deputy director, but and you see when the justification that was given by the SRC then it was because they said in an earlier cycle of assessment, an earlier report, that was missed. You understand that, right? And we remember the comparators that the SRC uses, and I think it's the only compensation body that does this is international. Whereas when other people bargaining for salary increases and reassessments, they always have to use local comparators. And I can tell you that from my experience when I was in the police association back then, where I would have served 2 terms as central committee.
All right.
Was told to use local comparators. And who were the comparators that police had to use? They had to use like the Airports Authority, the then Patrician Police, and so on. Right? And when you watch, especially Patrician Police was always a contention because the scope was that it is that they were getting much more than TTPS, and their scope of operations was just in an institution, largely confined. You understand what I'm saying? And the scope of duties that they were doing and so on in terms of the overtime pay and that kind of thing. So that is always a contention. But for me, my concern about these things, gentlemen, going forward is that in certain positions, how will you be able to attract the best people to do certain things if you don't compensate them properly? You know, and I always look at, when people talk about the comparator in the public service and so on. Now we have CEOs here who collect $200,000 a month. When they retire, they have share and stock options in the companies that they work with and that they go with and so on. Every year, every time a contract ends, they get a gratuity, right? A gratuitous payment. Every cycle that ends. It is important to know why such people remain in the private sector. So when you complain about dearth of managers and the quality of managers in the public service, you always get that because people who have a certain level of skill and will have invested in themselves will always want to go to the highest bidder. And the converse of it is this, right? Could anybody tell me what Elon Musk does that is so great that he is a trillionaire right now, and Bezos is approaching that, right? You watch Zuckerberg and so on, who admittedly is a college dropout, similarly as Bill Gates, Microsoft founder, and the late Steve Jobs, college dropouts. They didn't get a degree, but they are billionaires. Sir Richard Branson, who admittedly says in his story that, hey, I flunked GCSEs, I was a dropout of high school and so on, and here I am. You know what I mean? So on the scale of balancing, people always had to look at that. But I wanted to touch the thing about the whole PDOs, right? Where the child was saying is preventative. The preventative is just a misnomer to the child. But if you are administration who criticize the past administration saying that they were dictatorial and so on, and you come in and use the very constitution, you know what you're doing? And I said it before, you are undermining what PDOs are supposed to do. And I will stand and say that when the Privy Council makes its ruling on the early line matter from the 2011 state of emergency, back then when he was as a senior police officer and not charged on a PDO, right? It means that we have to take a look at that part of the constitution in terms of the provision. And I think that my recommendation is that it should work in the reverse. So you appoint the tribunal And the tribunal is who the executive has to send requests for PDUs to, and their decision to issue PDUs must be unanimous. In other words, it can't be 2-1, or you understand what I'm saying? It's all three that agree, well, yes. If Mr. Sims is a direct threat to national security, issue a PDO claim. And this is the check that must be held on the executive, because executive powers we are seeing could lead to dictatorship and the total illusions of citizens' rights. And if we believe in democracy, where whoever you support politically, then the rule of law must be paramount in a democracy, and it must be upheld by everybody within the system.
The problem is we never even knew who are the members of this SOE tribunal. Eh? We've never heard names. Have they ever been named?
No, I don't think we are aware of some individuals who are involved in it. Or any of them actually.
Yeah, who comprise that SOE tribunal? Because the government took their own selves to court, their own tribunal to court, you know. At least they've threatened to. I don't know if they've followed up on it.
Yeah, but who are the members of the tribunal? We don't know. Like many state agencies also, we really don't know who are heading some of those agencies anymore. Paula, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. I listened to Felicia Thomas this morning on the radio, and I am saying she really thought the government was going to give her, as she say, promise made, promise kept. She on the news this morning talking about 8 months they waiting. Really? Miss Thomas, all the UNC wanted was for you to help the public servants to vote for the UNC, and you delivered, and now you're waiting like Dorothy 8 months to get what you asked for. Let me tell you something. When I saw Felicia Thomas mounted that UNC platform in that meeting that night and hold up the well, I don't think she was in prime. Anyway, she hold up Camilla Prasad Bisesa hand. If I was a member of PSA, the next working morning, I was going to my accounts department and tell them, cancel my union dues, cancel my membership, because I joined a union, a trade union, and didn't join a political party. And all the unions right now are sold out the members, all of them. The Leroy Baptiste, the Elder, and boy, listener man, and you coming to talk about 8 months we waiting. Let me tell you, you will wait like Dorothy for that, because the Minister of Finance said nothing till 2027. So you could talk how much you want, public servants, and seeing that back pay. I would love if they get it. But what you said,
but trade unions have always been political. The nature of what trade unions are, they have always been political, and not only in Trinidad and Tobago, internationally. And they will sometimes tell their union members, we are supporting this party or that party. They always do that.
Really? But
yeah.
Just all these years I work in the government service under Jennifer. Let me tell you, Jennifer Baptiste never showed her political hand. Jennifer Baptiste, I could say it boldly, she never influenced no public servant to vote PNM. Never.
But she did show her political hand, because she was a member of the PNM and became a minister. But maybe at the point that she was at the helm of the PSA is maybe what you mean.
Man, look now.
I think that's what she meant.
Yeah. People dropped out when Felicia Thomas mounted that UNC platform. I talked to my former colleagues. Man, look, Felicia Thomas, as Black Stalin say, you will wait like Dorothy for that. what you're asking for. Have a blessed day.
All right. I think in the past everybody assumed union people were in fact favorable to the PNM until Errol McLeod became a UNC minister. I think at the time everybody thought that they all were pro PNM. You understand? That's the reality. But I just want to respond to what did I see here? Something I saw here. Right. The names of the people on the SOE committee. I'm assuming Lenlis is correct. It says it's led by Chairman David Alexander, alongside members Shivanjali Ramuta and retired Major Arden D. Williams. Those are the members of the SOE committee. I'm assuming that's what Lenlis meant when the person put that in the chat. Right? That those are the members of the so that stands for confirmation, but those are the members as put in the chat by someone. All right?
Yeah.
NETT Radio said Jamaica has a ruling on state of emergency powers from the Privy Council. So go ahead and have a read of it. So that's Richard's homework.
No, it's not. I have no homework for the show, Wendell. I don't know if you know this. I have none.
But I just gave you.
No, I have none.
Caller, good morning.
Wait, Dorothy, wait. Take your party card and wait, man. Good morning, folks.
Morning.
Norfolk, Virginia. Hey, I'm glad Richard on. I have a question for you. I think you guys may have come across an article in one of the major newspapers with two Chinese nationals walk free. A case that was going on for like
we
7
talked
years.
about that. We talked about that earlier this week.
Yeah.
You did? Well, sorry, I was not wrong. But
what do you want to find out about it?
Doesn't that reek to the high heavens with some sort of corruption, in the sense that I don't know that they had, even though they couldn't pay through the age of the woman, trafficking is trafficking, right? I mean,
It may not be corruption. It could just be incompetence.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, take a medal for that. Take your glory.
But
for
what
that.
new?
Yeah,
What is
Wendell
new
talked
with
about
that?
that, and we
What is
talked
new
about
with
that
that,
earlier
though?
this week. And Wendell said that a high level of incompetence on their part.
Yeah.
But you know what? I wonder, and I say shame on whoever is the Minister of External Affairs. Oh yeah, Sobias, whatever, right? I mean, shouldn't that be something they brought to the attention of Beijing? Because you know the Chi-Coms and them, one thing they don't like is embarrassment. And if I'm not mistaken, child molesters about a couple months ago, they actually executed some. So I something really, really wrong, unless these guys operating with, immunity, because every in the world, China, who they are, who they are and where they are and stuff like that. So were these guys, Richard, allowed to just assimilate back into our society?
Can't help you with that question that you're asking.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But thanks much anyhow.
Right.
All right.
But they were freed because the state, through the TTPS, tried to change the charge at the last minute, and the judge said she will have none of it. You arrest people for trafficking in children.
When children.
And you check the age? What kind of stupidness is that?
Yeah. And then now last minute, and after you close your case, that's the next thing to it.
Yeah.
After the state closed the case, and then it was pointed out, well, so-and-so magistrate, so now they say, well, no, let me change it back then. So
we want to say trafficking in persons now.
Please. But I could kind of understand where he's going, because sometimes you wonder, there was a time when people were charged and people were just not showing up, where the police ain't going to court and they're just not showing up, and after a certain time the magistrate just get vexed and throw the case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and people wonder at that point in time also if that is so like if you pay off the police, they just would not appear, and eventually the case will just go into.
How you proving that? How you proving that you pay off the
No, I'm just I'm talking about that's rum shop talk too.
Oh yeah, that definitely rum shop talk.
Rum shop talk, right? You say, okay, well, if you do so and so, the police just ain't go show up, and then the man should go throw the case, and that will be the end of that. You understand?
The witnesses have been killed in this place before too, eh? just the day before they appear in court.
Yeah. So I think what Virginia was saying is that maybe the bungling may have been deliberate.
You never know.
Yeah,
we will never know.
No, we will never know. Yeah. So he's probably saying at that level, maybe the bungling. Somebody know somebody and said, "Oh, we go fix that." When we reach it,
that is quite possible.
Yes, so I think
quite possible.
Yeah, that is the theory that he was working on. So yeah, but in Trinidad and Tobago, it is possible.
Yes,
it is. It is. Oh my gosh! And dear people, we live in it there as we go up to 9 o'clock today. Anything else, Wendell, that you want to add before we go?
No. That's it for the day. We've had the sun is out in its splendor. Let me go and cut some grass. Folks, have a wonderful day. Remember to let go and let God.
All right. And people, just remember that the cruise is coming up. Make sure you go and you get your tickets. We want you on board. We really need your support. So please purchase the tickets. And even if you are not going on the cruise because you're not cruising anymore, you're not partying anymore, according to Richard, when you get your money this month, and, support us by buying 2 tickets at least or something, right? That way, it come like you're on the boat nevertheless.
Yeah.
Right? All right. So thank you very much for listening. God's willing, we're looking forward to being in your company again tomorrow. Remember, you can listen to us on netradiott.com. That's netradiott.com after the feeds. And you will be able to listen to our programming all day and every day. Don't forget to check out our social media pages at NETT Radio Trinidad, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and someone I'm forgetting here. Instagram, TikTok, I'm forgetting Facebook. All right, check us out.
Wendell, are we still on Gael?
No. Well, no. We've been off since they went off dead on time today. Yesterday they remained with us all the way up to the end of the show. Today at 8:30 on the dot. Like everyone was right there to flick that switch.
Yeah. We had something at that point in time. But yeah.
All right. So I think Sir Charles gave all the information concerning the where you can listen to the program. Of course, we know you have a choice in what you watch and what you listen, and we're glad that you chose us. Of course, get your tickets for the boat cruise. What do you call it? Boat cruise? Boat party?
Cooler cruise. Yeah, Cooler
cruise on the 15th of August. Yes, get your tickets. Get to King Squared Fashions, the closest one to you, whether it's in West Mall, East Gates, or C3 Center. Get to it and get your tickets. Tell them you want the boat cruise, the boat party, a cruise cooler, whatever you call it. Say you want the ticket for the party on the boat.
I want to go and wind up on Richard and Sir Charles.
Because Wendell can't dance.
All buying coal. I have snow on the roof, but the fire burning still. In the
But you advertising for Cena, so.
And that's what she did say?
Yeah. That's a mantra. She was able to be handing out flyers. That's a mantra. So, but anyway, have a fantastic day, people. It is midweek, so put a smile in your face. Tomorrow will be Thursday. So have a great day, and remember to smile and laugh. It's great to forget all of the problems of planet Earth at certain points in the day, and including Trinidad and Tobago, and enjoy life. Enjoy it. Put it to the side and enjoy life. Do something that brings you joy today, whatever it is. You have been watching and listening to. No, Wendell. No, that's not how it's done. Okay. You've been watching and listening to
The Breakfast Show.
Much better.
Get up. It's the time to start the day. The Breakfast Show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.